Hello everyone, Tony from Tight Fitness Solutions. Now today I just want to give you a rundown on the health markers that we use at Tight Fitness Solutions to gauge people's fat loss results and what I fail other training systems seem to implement with their clients, or you yourself on a health or fitness regime don't embark on to test your own physical attributes to start with. Now this is very relative for these systems that are in place now for HIIT training. Without assessing these parameters, you could be really sabotaging your own results, if not actually making yourself worse. Now, at Tight Fitness Solutions, we use health first to create a body image, and we work with people that have a specific marker they'd like to improve. So just going in willy-nilly and not actually having any sort of guidance or parameters to work from, you really don't know where your health is actually heading, and you don't know whether you're actually setting yourself up for more detrimental damage to your health long term just because you're following the crowd. Now, individuality, we're all individuals. Now, we know these markers all are related to stress. Now, with a lot more information available out there, we know that if you're simply stressed, you cannot lose fat. So we need to monitor these stress markers for people. Now, three of the markers that I use, and not the least, but three of the markers that we use here at Tight Fitness Solutions are related to your blood pressure, your resting heart rate, or your heart rate variability, and also glucose tolerance testing. Now, all these three things need to be in place for your body to lose fat. Now, they're all related to stress. Okay, we all know the body is stressed, it's inflamed. Okay, if the body's inflamed, it will not simply lose fat. Okay, so controlling stress is basically the major parameter you need to look at when you're actually trying to embark on improving your health and improving your fat loss goals. Now, stress doesn't necessarily mean a physical stress from work or a physical stress from a relationship. There could be a lot of stress going on internally in your body that you don't really know about. And these three markers here can help determine what you need to work on. So, first of all, when a client comes into us and we work with nutrition, fat loss and improving health markers, we look at their blood pressure. Now, let's say someone's blood pressure is elevated. Okay, so 120 over 80 is considered normal, 115 over 75 is gold standard. So that's where I like to get my client's blood pressure to. Now remember, high blood pressure is quite bad, right? And also low blood pressure is also bad. Both of these give indicators of what's going on with the body. Sometimes low blood pressure can actually mean an adrenal dysfunction that we may look into further. High blood pressure definitely means there are a lot of inflammation going on in the body and the heart is under stress. So what we're looking at here is what's causing the blood pressure to be high to start with. Is it stress or poor lifestyle? Okay? Both of these things need to be implemented and both of these things need to be addressed. Now, what I do when inflammation is present and high and someone has high blood pressure, we definitely get them on a high amount and good quality fish oil. Definitely put them on coenzyme Q10, magnesium, definitely, and vitamin D. Now, the reason being is fish oil will dramatically help reduce inflammation in the body. Okay? There's countless amounts of research to know that fish oil basically helps every health marker over the body. Okay? From blood triglycerides to blood pressure. Coenzyme Q10 basically helps the body improve oxygen uptake, and I'll go into that a little bit further about why. The more coenzyme Q10 you put in your body, you can improve oxygen uptake available to your blood, the more oxygen in your cells. Now, the more oxygen in your cells, the more oxygen can get through your heart. The heart has to walk through your body. The heart has to work harder. It's a stress. If the heart blood pressure is high, there's limited amount of oxygen in the body. Magnesium. Magnesium is related to calming every sense of central nervous system stresses in the body. Can also help glucose management. Okay? Magnesium has a wondrous amounts of effects if you use it correctly and you know the right sorts of magnesium to have. Vitamin D is also known that people being deficient in vitamin D can also increase blood pressure. Okay? So there's a little bit of supplement information for you. Now, you need to increase your aerobic fitness when your blood pressure is high. Now, here's the kicker. Most people embark in a fat loss training will start doing HIIT training, right? Your body is already stressed and your body doesn't transport oxygen well. When you do HIIT training, what that does is it causes you to stop oxygen and glucose flow through the blood and can help run lactate into the muscle a little bit quicker. Now when you do that, that's actually adding another stress to the body, and that stress can actually cause more inflammation than what's going on. Your body's not handling oxygen well, so actually doing HIIT training is very, very detrimental to your fat loss and stress results. Now aerobic conditioning at this stage is very good, right? So running your steady state cardio of 130 to 150 beats per minute is going to be a lot less stressful on your heart. Putting in HIIT training, if you've got high blood pressure, is very, very stressful on your heart. Now remember, if you can't transport oxygen effectively, all right, your heart has to work harder to move the oxygen around your body. So if you've got high blood pressure and you start doing HIIT training and your heart rate's elevating to a point where it can't handle the amount of oxygen being pushed through your body, you could give yourself a heart attack. Alright, so be very careful with that. Aerobic conditioning is good. It's less stressful on your heart and it will teach your body to actually start handling oxygen better. Now, accompanying with these 4 supplements here, your body will start to uptake oxygen very quickly, and this can start to bring the blood pressure down for you. Okay, so you can start stepping forward. Now, most common conception for people to pre-workout is to have caffeine. Now, caffeine actually causes a spike in your blood pressure. So a lot of things people do wrong is they don't even know what their blood pressure is. Now most people that are overweight and inflamed, probable chance that your blood pressure is not great. The first thing you do is you jump into HIIT training and you have a coffee before you do that. Wow, you're really deprivating yourself, setting yourself up for more failure, if not putting your heart under even more stress. Okay? The good substitute with that is adding some aerobic training to start with before your HIIT training, right? Less stress on the body, and use green tea. Yes, green tea has caffeine in it, but it also has a compound called theanine, a product called theanine in it. Okay, theanine is an amino acid that actually calms the nervous system. Alright? So theanine is very good for the brain to help complement these with the green tea. Green tea is also very great for glucose uptake and insulin sensitivity. Remember, if your blood pressure is high, you're probably not regulating glucose effectively. Okay? Now, the next step of health marker that we use for people is a resting heart rate. Now, a resting heart rate is basically your heart rate when you've been asleep. Okay? Now, the gold standard for this is heart rate below 60 beats per minute. The gold standard is between 50 and 55. Now, this dictates whether you actually want to do any sort of HIIT training or aerobic training. Now, most of the time, blood pressure and resting heart rate go hand in hand. So if your blood pressure is high, your resting heart rate is going to be pretty high as well. Alright? So if you wake up and you've got a resting heart rate of 70 or higher, that means your heart is beating harder to get oxygen through your body when you're not even doing anything. Imagine how hard your heart has to beat when you're actually doing HIIT training, when you have a high resting heart rate, and or if high blood pressure. Right? You're actually sabotaging and actually putting your heart under a lot more stress than you should be. Okay, remember, stress kills people. Resting heart rate goes hand in hand with your blood pressure. It's an indication of what's going on with your nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system, and your parasympathetic nervous system. Now, HIIT training is bad when your sympathetic nervous system is stressed. It raises that sympathetic nervous system up. Okay, so that stresses your body out even more. Whereas aerobic training is good because it it improves the parasympathetic nervous system, which puts you in a relaxed state, helps you manage oxygen better, okay? Improves your VO2 max, helps improve mitochondria. Mitochondria help your cells regenerate and also has contributed to anti-aging. So aerobic training for this situation is very, very beneficial to help lower blood pressure, right? Increase their aerobic fitness, okay, and bring their resting heart rate down. If high blood pressure and a high resting heart rate, you want to control the stress. Adding more extra training and HIIT training is a very stressful thing to your body to do. And I see a lot of people doing this with the common traits of sprints and intervals becoming so-called best for fat loss. They are if your aerobic system is working effectively. If your blood pressure is high and your resting heart rate is high, your aerobic system is not working effectively, okay? The third thing, what we use is a glucose tolerance test. Now, this is basically being in a fasted state consuming amount of glucose and then monitoring your glucose over a 2-hour period. This can give you 3 readings. One, it can tell you if you're insulin resistant, which means that your blood sugar goes in your blood and stays in your blood for a long period of time. It can show us that you're actually managing glucose well, which means your insulin and glucose spikes, and it's clearing it out of your sugar in effective time. The third can tell us if you're hyperinsulinemic, which means that your blood sugar spikes and your pancreas pumps out too much insulin and your blood sugar crashes too low. So both these 3 parameters can help dictate what style of nutrition plan is going to be beneficial for you at the time and how you can help regulate blood glucose control so you actually use the glucose in your blood for energy and you don't either convert it to fat or create any more stress response to the body. Now, being insulin resistant can increase your blood pressure. So they all go hand in hand, right? Insulin sensitivity is dramatically improved by aerobic training. Now, if you improve the aerobic oxygen uptake, your aerobic capacity in your body, you basically make the muscles more susceptible for energy. Now, the reason that being is if your aerobic system is not buffered, okay, is not up to par and your resting heart rate is high, which means you're more likely to shuttle lactate into the muscle rather than actually glucose and oxygen. Lactate shuts the body down, okay? Lactate is good, right, in the bloodstream to burn fat. It's no good in the muscle, okay? HIIT training when insulin resistant is bad for that reason, okay? It shuttles a lot of lactate, but you're not pushing the lactate through the blood and buffering it effectively. It's driving lactate in the muscle to shut you down and slow you down because your aerobic system is not effectively conditioned and your resting heart rate is high, which is causing your blood pressure to be high. So these things there are actually going up from HIIT training or doing high intensity interval training rather than bringing them down. Lactate does improve growth hormone in the blood, not the muscle. If it's in the muscle, it means that it's pushing that lactate, that energy in through your glucose transport 1 pathway, which is the back door, right? That's basically shuttling lactate into your muscle to shut you down, so pretty much so that you don't keep going and give yourself a heart attack. It's a protective mechanism from the body. So shuttling lactate in the muscle, right, is telling you that your body is not aerobically fit enough, and it's telling you to shut down and stop so that your heart can keep up with you. All right? Stress response raises blood glucose. So if you're adding more stress when you're already stressed, adding HIIT training raises blood glucose up. When stressed, your glucose levels go up, which contributes to more insulin resistance. So this is why you're actually got to be very, very careful in how that you structure your training program. If your blood pressure is high and you're doing HIIT training, well, you're probably not going to lose fat as effectively if you actually have some stagnated training platforms and bring your stress down. If your resting heart rate is high, that means that your heart is working harder to get oxygen through your body, right? So you have to improve the maximal, your VO2 max, by doing aerobic work. You don't improve the aerobic system by doing anaerobic training, but the aerobic system can improve your anaerobic training, okay? Your glucose tolerance testing is how well you're actually using glucose for fuel, right? Now, glucose, everything converts to glucose in our blood. Now, we all love carbs. Now, why wouldn't you want your body to handle carbohydrates better over fat? This is where you use the glucose tolerance testing to find out how well you're actually shuttling glucose effectively and how and when your body's responding to it. And that's how you dictate what sort of nutritional plans, what sort of supplementation plans you might put in, and basically how you should be training and what you should be doing with your lifestyle. So these are the 3 testing parameters that we use at Tight Fitness Solutions to help people regain their health, make sure that we're training them effectively to improve their health markers and actually testing them. A common practice is you don't know what your blood pressure is. Do you have high blood pressure or low blood pressure? What's your resting heart rate? And you just jump into a fitness regime, you could actually be doing yourself off worse than good. So I hope this is informative information. I'm Tyrone Jensen from Tight Fitness Solutions. I look forward to talking to you soon, and happy training, happy and healthy life, guys.